I don't want to take up too much of your time. You've been talking all day. I tuned in earlier to when you spoke with a bunch of media earlier today. So you've been talking since 9 o'clock in the morning.
It's all good. That's all I do.
So I want to ask you a couple of questions. Not so much basketball, because you've been talking mostly basketball all day. So let's try to move around a little bit.
Cool.
You have so much other stuff that you do, right? So one thing that I wanted to always ask you is, a lot of people have asked you about your transition to Phoenix, more so Phoenix, the team, right?
Mhm.
What's your transition been like, transitioning to Arizona?
Yeah,
Living in Arizona, what is that like? What has
that's
that
a
been
good
like?
question. It's been great. It's been great. And um being from Indiana, like my Southwest knowledge, geography wise, I had been in Phoenix before, obviously, we played and did all those things. But as far as like navigating through Phoenix or, knowing the ins and outs of Phoenix or having to look for a neighborhood or, to live in, I got to learn about a lot of different mountains they got here. I'm just like, what? It's just like, what? You need to, it's like, I didn't know this stuff existed before this. Like, why wasn't I here before this? But I love it. I love the weather, the people, just the vibes, it's healthy living out here. It's easy to navigate for me as far as like where I gotta be, because we got a new practice facility that's not too far from the house. And then, the arena's not too far from where I live. So, I kind of got my spots, I wouldn't say I know the ins and outs as far as, I pretty much still been living in quarantine, if I ain't really been going to the gym or for essentials, but, take out at a few restaurants, I had some people hit me up, like, try this, try that. So
that's important.
We trying to find our spots. I'll say we still finding our spots, but from a weather standpoint, I mean, obviously it's the best. It was no winter. It wasn't cold.
You like the desert heat?
You know what? I this gonna be my first season, because we was in a bubble last year, so this gonna be my first time like in the desert heat like that. But I tell you, it's gonna be 100 degrees today. I know already, and we in the early May, so I'm like, oh shoot,
brace yourself.
That's how it goes down.
My first time I went to Phoenix ever, well, the only time. So I have family in Phoenix, right? My aunts, I have a lot of family in Arizona. And I went the first time we met, which was at the, it was at the final, no, not the finals. You were in Tulsa at the time. Mm-hmm. And you guys were facing the Mercury for the first round of the playoffs that year. I was in town for a wedding, for my cousin's wedding. So it was just worked out that I went to check out the game. And I just remember just being in the car going to the mall for like 15-minute drive. And I'm like, yo, this heat is, and that was in September.
Yeah, no, it's hot. It's hot now. Now, I definitely, I know it gets into the 110s, and so on those days I will be avoiding the outside. But, at the crib, we got a little pool. So, we able to get in pool if we need to. And with it heating up, it really been, it's been perfect right now. So I don't know how long it's going to stay like this. But I holler at me again in July. We'll talk about it in July.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So speaking of transitioning, you're unique. And so we talk about like the major, I guess, the leaders on your team, right? Brittany, Diana, they've been on their team pretty much their whole career. And you went from Tulsa, which transitioned to Dallas. However, I thought about it and I'm like, even though they changed cities and mascots and colors, in essence, it was kind of the same team. I'm sure you had the same staff around you and everything. So this is your first time going to a completely new environment. So what are some comparisons do you have with the culture of the Shock/Wings as in the culture with Phoenix so far?
Yeah, I think it's really different. Obviously, this is one of the original franchises, and so they're a well-oiled machine here. As far as what they bring to the table, they've been a part of the league for 25 years. I was a part of expansion teams in the past, who were just navigating their ways and trying to find, their ways, their resources, their connection with the city, introducing themselves. But I would say, as far as being an established team, I thought this was the most popular team in Phoenix, that when I came through, it just, it's so many fans, you know, obviously the culture of this organization, what they've been able to establish, having consistent superstars who want to be here. And, you know, a lot of that is on the shoulders of Diana, what she's been able to build and the legacy that she's been able to build, you know, and then adding players like BG as well. But this is a well-oiled machine who's always had great players, superstars. They've always won here. You know, the Suns organization does a great job of leaning in. That was probably the difference. I really didn't really experience that much in Dallas, but you know, having the Phoenix Suns organization here, having access to the newest facilities. We got a brand new practice facility, brand new arena. So it's a lot of differences, but I would just say, not putting down one or the other, but just saying as far from a culture standpoint, this organization was definitely established, a well-oiled machine. You know what you're going to get when you get here. You know they're going to compete. You know they're going to be on time, professional. You know they're going to play defense. It's going to be selfless superstars. You're not going to say, okay, I get the credit here. You know, it's kind of like bigger than basketball, bigger than one individual. Here it's bigger than you. It's kind of for the greater good of the team, and really just expectations, I would say, are different. You know, here it's like championship or bust. As expansion teams, you're just trying to break through and make a playoffs. And establish your team there. It was a lot of firsts, you know, with those teams. Here you got to put in a lot of work to just get on the top 10, 15, you know, of things. So I definitely appreciate, you know, Phoenix and everything that they've done for the W, and, you know, just being alongside players like Diana and Brittany who get it. You know, they asked me to come here. They welcomed me to Phoenix, and they asked me to be a part of the organization. So I didn't have any other superstars reach out to me and say, hey, we want you to come play with us. You know, we want you to be a part of this. And so it is special to me in that sense as well. You know, those are the players that make this team go. And so to get their, you know, to get them reaching out saying, okay, Sky, we want to play with you. We want you to come here. We want to try to win a championship. We've won a championship and we think you could be a key part in that. It just makes me want to leave it all on the floor, you know? So it's been good in those sense, as well as having just people that, you know, accept you, you know, that want you to, you don't have to dim your light here. You know, it's enough for everybody to eat. You know, it's enough for everybody to eat. And they've proven that over the years. And so that's what I'm looking forward to most, is just now that we're here, we're in Phoenix, we're outside of the bubble, just continuing to etch myself in this community and find ways to be visible in this community. And then on the floor, you already know, just trying to get a championship.
And I'm sure you will. We've seen that you've been practicing one-on-one with Diana pretty much all summer. So I'm sure she's giving you I'm sure you're taking a couple of things away. I'm sure she's taking things from you. And I'm sure you're going to be happy to be on the receiving end of the fans cheering for you, because that Mercury fan base, they're nothing to play with. So now you're going to be on the receiving end. It's going to feel a lot better than being the opposing person coming in.
Facts.
And you deserve all that love. So I just want to pivot real quick. Obviously, the last year, in addition to coronavirus and whatever that is, a lot of social justice things have been in the forefront, not just this past year, but just in general. I just wanted to get your thoughts, because I know obviously you and a lot of your league mates have been very vocal, very active, putting, you know, this country on our backs as Black women do, right? To bring awareness and bring about change. So just overall, what do you think about just the league's response in general? And do you have any future plans, you individually as a player, as a brand, to continue to contribute to this overall cause?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I love what I've been seeing, you know, specifically, you know, athletes and activism has always been like a fine line. You know, some athletes feel like, you can't say certain things, or you associated with certain brands, or you don't want to, you know, jeopardize those things or piss the wrong person off. But it's always a lot of feedback with athlete activism, and you hear about, you know, of course, the Muhammad Ali's, and you hear about the Lou Alcindors, of the world, and just all the athletes that were involved in, Tommy Smith, Juan Carlos, who have been, Muhammad Ali, been involved in activism, but you really don't hear too many women like that, and Black women athletes as well, like Wilma Rudolph, and the list goes on and on. But I think now more than ever that, especially in our league, I see women using their platforms and using their voices to show these very human responses, to what's going on in the world, and not really, it's not political. It's real. It's been unified as far as us saying, okay, we have a platform. So how can we amplify our voices greater? How can we greater amplify our voices? And that's to really be on a unified front. So I love how, I'm so proud to be a part of a league where, women come together and say, okay, we want to stand for something. We don't just want to go in the bubble and play basketball. We don't even want to do that. We want to, dedicate our season to bringing the stories of Black women who were killed by the hands of the state. We want to bring their stories to the forefront. We want to talk about voter suppression tactics and how to combat those things. We want to teach you, about knowing how to get involved with your local, in your community on these things on the ground. We want to connect you with these people. We want to, we all feel like we could be doing more and be more productive. And I think that the timing of everything as we were going into the bubble and everything that happened with George Floyd, and, it was just like, we have to stop and do something about this, because this is bigger than basketball. And the WNBA has always been on the forefront as far as athlete activism, about sending out a unified message, speaking out on injustices, and just really having those tough conversations. So yeah, I'm proud of that. And for me, just like I said, just continue to use my platform. Obviously I did some work with More Than a Vote, trying to just educate people on their voting rights. And like I said, voter suppression tactics that we all got to see. And then just seeing how much the WNBA and players leaned into those efforts to see Georgia turn blue, to see the Senate flip, all those things happening with, former management, people, I won't say the names, that were in the WNBA. They're no longer associated with the WNBA. So I think it's a lot of audacity that we have these days. We obviously have the resources right at our hands, and social media and things that, how you can create awareness, with social media and our platform. And then in the WNBA, demanding things, asking for things, leaning in to see how, our white allies are, how they respond. But yeah, I think we're positioned in a good place right now to just continue the momentum that we built off of last year.
And just a real quick question. I know obviously all of that just probably just a lot. So just where have you been mentally and emotionally? It's like, how are you feeling? Not Skylar, the ball player, not Skylar, the activist, not even Skylar, the mom or the wife, just you as an individual. Like, how have you been feeling?
Feeling about what?
Just this crazy year that we've had, just overall.
Yeah.
Like, how are you doing?
I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And it's relentless. it's emotional, just everything going on, because as a Black woman, being married to a Black man, having a Black son, Black father, Black brothers, like, it's not anything that you could turn off. And it's something that, I've seen since I was a kid. Everybody has stories, and just, it seems like we really aren't making a lot of progress. But we feel like that right now. And I think that's when it's important for, everybody to unify and kind of push through right now, because, we stand on, like, I always talk about standing on other people's shoulders, but I always like to recognize the people that did a lot of work, before we got here. And, even like my grandmother and what she's been through and all those things and what she's seen, to now, it obviously has changed, but, we need to have more deeper change, and these systems have to be broken down before we can say, okay, we got real change in America, and I'm proud to represent and say that I'm an American and a patriot. So, yeah, it's two different worlds that I think we all live in sometimes, but I think just continue to put the work in, you know, trying to leave it better than I found it for my son. Yeah. So I guess that's my mindset. So just trying to fight all the battles that I can right now so that he doesn't have to fight them
later. Yeah. Later. And I'm sure that helps with, you know, that feeling of just being that heavy feeling that we've just been carrying lately, knowing that there is an end goal, there is an end, there's something that we're reaching and striving for, especially with younger people coming behind us and children and other family. It does help us to keep going. So I'm glad. Thank you for answering that question. Sure. Let's pivot a little bit. We're almost done. So you have your Puma campaign, right? Recently you launched a new campaign with Dua Lipa and a bunch of other amazing women. So just talk to me about what do you have on the horizon with Puma?
It's a lot of things happening in the background. I'm excited, but I can't give you all the tea. But it is.
I mean, you could give me the tea when I start recording.
It's some fixings, you know, in the work. But yeah, just continue to work with the brand. You know, got some stuff developing for 22. So just talking about, you know, our future, and you know, it's a lot of things that's been in the works for months now. So just trying to perfect it and make it look, you know, how I want it to be presented. But yeah, coming soon. You know, you're gonna see some things, and I'll just keep it at that. But like I said, I love what we're doing. I think we could do more things like grassroots wise. I would like to see more grassroots Puma women's basketball events. Eventually, you know, just want to start getting into more tournaments, you know, AAU, just establishing the Puma brand and the grassroots, you know, with women's, with girls basketball, just really getting that established. So yeah, it's a lot of great things that they're doing right now. I love the brand, obviously, just having that freedom, you know, to come up with ideas. You know, we got a Mother's Day shoe coming out. You know, so you'll see that PE there, and it's just kind of honoring, you know, all the women in my life, and you know, all the mothers that I look up to, and so that'll be coming out soon. And then a few other special drops, you know, that we got coming, but it's always, you know, it's always something in the works. And because it's not such a huge brand where you got to reach through 15 people to talk to. Yeah. I love our line of communication. You know, I love how they're adding more athletes. And so just looking into how we can continue to spread Puma visibility throughout the basketball community, throughout the women's basketball community, and just continue to try to make like innovative designs that are really lifestyle based,
oriented, right?
Lifestyle branded, that are a little more versatile for people who are on the move. But you know what, you could get you a little workout in this too. So just trying to bring my flavor, you know, to the table, and just seeing what that's going to look like in a capsule collection, in a shoe, et cetera, et cetera.
That's exciting. Can't wait to see what you come out with. However, the brand collab that I was most excited about when I saw your face was on Fenty's Instagram account. I lost my mind, right? I'm a makeup fanatic, okay? I love makeup. Just for you, I came laced today. Just for
look, you. And not the gloss bomb. Look, somebody asked me that before. It's like, what's your one thing that you keep? I was like, I keep my gloss bomb.
Okay. So I'm so curious to know, how did that collab come about? What was it like getting your makeup done by Priscilla Ono, who is so talented? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, first of all, shout out to Rihanna. I mean, shout out to everything that she's doing. She really shows that like you could do it all.
Yeah.
I'm always inspired by her. She's my fashion inspo, like business mogul inspo, you know, like mood inspo.
Yeah.
I just love what she done, what she brings to the table. It's just so genuine. It's inclusive. The brand, you know how it is. It's real light. It's not like real heavy, you know, feeling products. You know, it's something for everybody, whatever your style is. If you want to get user-friendly, high glam, yeah, it's user-friendly. If you want high glam, if you just want some quick, you know, it kind of it's built for that. You know, it's built for travel, moving around. Every type of woman, you know, could find their swag. And it's not a lot of makeup brands that I could say that for before she was doing it.
She put the fire under up
And
everybody's
now you
behind.
see, you know, people, you know, a little diversity clout, you know, in there with the other. But yeah, it was awesome, and you know, it kind of came about. And then obviously, you know, I was pregnant at the time. I think I did my first Fenty shoot when I was like 7 or 8 months pregnant or something crazy.
You look so pretty.
Well, thank you.
It was the pregnancy glow. It was the trophy wife. It was everything.
Trophy wife for sure. And then Priscilla, you know, Priscilla, oh no, everybody that knows her, she's one of the most sought after makeup artists, one of the most gifted hands. Yes. And she really was light. Like she wasn't really heavy makeup, but her blending, her ability to do skin. You know, she did me for my baby shower. So that was like a real special, you know, time. Obviously, I was real emotional. And then to have somebody like Priscilla, you know, we worked together a few times. So it was dope. It's dope. You know, I love Fenty. I love what they're doing. I love Rihanna. And so, you know, that's my rock girl too. So, you know, I've done a few things, you know, Rihanna zine. I've been to, you know, a fashion show and, you know, ID Mag, obviously. And so I love Rihanna. I love what she brings to the table, and she always show love.
That's so awesome. Again, I was so excited. I've been wanting to talk to you about that for a long time. Yeah, so one of the last questions I'm going to ask is about your baby. Okay. So you obviously gifted athlete. Your husband plays sports in college, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, but he's also very artistic. He's so talented when it comes to his artwork. So your son is a toddler, right? What side do you see him leaning on? Is he more he's going to be hyperactive because he's just in that toddler age where they just have energy for no reason, right? So is he more artistic? Is he because your major in college was pre-med, right?
I was pre-med my freshman year, but I ended up with business. Mm-hmm.
Is he more into, like, where do you see him leaning? I know he's little, but what is he like so far?
We're just dabbling. He's just dabbling in different things and really just coming into his own personality. You know, he's in his terrific twos, we like to call them. So just busy and just really, just really inquisitive. Mm-hmm. You know, wants to know what's going on, wants to know what's this, you know, wants to see how this works. And because he sees his father doing so many different realms of art, whether it's like painting or carpentry, like woodworking or, you know, canvas or, you know, so many different realms of art that he sees his father doing, he thinks he can do those things. So if my husband is painting on canvas, you know, my son will be painting, you know, and so we're really just trying to make him well-rounded in that sense where, you know what, baby, you don't have to pick one thing or other. You don't even have to hoop if you don't want to. You know, I just want you to find something that you're passionate about, you know, that lights you up. So just introducing him, you know, he'll say, shoot, you know, he'll watch the game with mom and he'll watch, if I'm watching film, he'll come and sit next to me. He wants to watch it. You know, he'll be outside playing and wanting to shoot on his little rim. And, you know, so it's really just about introducing him to, you know, new things. And he's just so excited to learn about new things and, you know, animals and, you know, outdoors. And, you know, it's a lot of animals and stuff outdoors here.
Yeah.
You know, lizards and snakes and all those scorpions, all those things. But no, we're really just trying to, you know, just really allow him to be a kid, you know, and just to continue to, you know, be inquisitive and just introducing him to new things, taking him to new places. But he got me busy right now. He's definitely moving around, running around, wants to go outside, you know, starting to talk, wants to communicate more. So it's so beautiful watching, you know, the growth of your baby and to see them go from like baby to like doing more little boy things. It's like, no, that's my baby. Let me hold you and do those things. And he was like, no, mom, I want to get down. I want to move around. You know, I want to walk. I want to go here. I want to go to the park. I want to be in the water. I want to swim, you know. And so we're at that stage where we're lucky we get to introduce him to a lot of things for the first time right now. So just enjoying all those moments we get to spend together and just seeing my baby grow up.
That's beautiful. And you guys, I know you guys are excellent parents, so he's going to be amazing as he gets
Thank
older.
you.
Okay, quick, last section of questions. There's a super rapid fire.
Okay.
I call these the faves. I don't have a real official name for it, but it's faves, right? The first thing you think of, what's your fave X, Y, and Z, right?
Okay.
You already said what your fave Fenty product is, which is the gloss bomb, which is also mine as well. Mm-hmm. Fave, since we're talking about your son, what's your fave children's show to watch with him?
Man, we've been watching a lot of Dora and Coco Melon.
Okay.
And Boss Baby. The kids, they run the TV though.
They love Boss Baby.
Kids love Boss Baby. They love Coco Melon. They love that little damn iPad. They be on that mug all day. Yeah, I say Coco Melon and Dora for sure.
Okay. What's your favorite episode of Martin?
My favorite episode of Martin was the Arizona one, to be honest. I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Like, that's my shit. And then the one where he was fighting, you know, where he got into the boxing match, the celebrity boxing match, and then he got beat up and then his face was all swollen. The one for sure, those two. But I love all the episodes of Martin. You should have asked me my favorite character. Who's your favorite character? I love Jerome. It's a Shanae, of course. I mean, that's just easy. And Jerome, yeah, I love them all. I think that's my favorite show of all time.
Awesome. For some reason, Bruh-Man, just every time I see his face, I start laughing for no reason. Mm-hmm. Your favorite place to eat when you're back home in South Bend? It's been a while.
Frankie's Barbecue. On the west side. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Frankie's.
Okay. What do you get from there when you go?
You know, I don't eat pork no more. So I probably give me I used to give me some ribs, you know, now I probably give me some, some barbecue chicken or some chicken strips and fries. But Frankie's Barbecue, y'all. If you're in South Bend, you got to check it out.
Now you got me hungry. I might as well go get something after we're done. Fave WNBA legend of all time.
Dang. I don't got just one. I got a few though. I say the ones that I got that I be like, okay, these are my OGs. I would say Crystal Robinson, Bridget Pettis, Taj McWilliams Franklin, Tina Thompson. I mess with them the long way. And then Lisa, I have to put in there, Dawn, and Coop.
Nice. It's a nice little set right there. Okay. Sky, it's always a pleasure. It's an honor to talk to you as always. Good luck this season. You guys are going to do great. You guys are going to probably be in deep.
Put it in the atmosphere.
Finals. Yes. Maybe winning this whole thing. We'll see what happens. Because everyone's going to be coming for your neck.
Good. We used to it.
Hopefully, if they start letting fans back in, we'll be able to come and check you play in person. So
sounds good, girl.